I'm about to go feral in the yarn aisle at Michael's. Will I find the perfect yarn to make a dragon? I'm Erin, Weaver Enchantress at Soft Sprout Designs, and welcome to Will It Dragon? Hug Dragon Edition. Let's go!
Michael's. Let's see what you have in store for us today. Making our way inside. Make sure we grab a carriage. And of course, I'm trying to go by the clearance, but it catches me anyway. I found a candle warmer on clearance. I've been wanting another one. So, there's a reason why they put the yarn in the back of the store, so you check out all the clearance before you get there. I know their tricks, and it works on me. All right, so this Karen, I really love this pink. It's really pretty, but it's not what I need today. Maybe for a future video, but not exactly what I'm looking for. So we turn the corner, and this is where they have all of the fabric, and they've gotten more in, I noticed. So, I mean, that's a good thing. I can have, a lot better selection. And it's at this point I realize they're reorganizing. Probably not the best day to film a video. But beggars can't be choosers, so off we go. All right, correct aisle. There's only 2 aisles of yarn in my Michael's. First, I'm looking at this demi pearl, which I have used before, and I do love it. I was contemplating that yellow, and I changed my mind because I spotted this pink, and I don't think I've seen this pink at my Michael's before, so they must have really stocked that up. So I'm grabbing that. Taking a look at the rest of the demi pearl. What are the colors I might want? And of course, I have to look at the burlap blanket. This is me saying my mantra, I will not buy any more burlap blanket. I will not buy any more burlap blanket. I will not buy any more burlap blanket. But what about the super fluffy? I haven't have yet. I haven't tried it yet. Will it work for a dragon? Yeah, probably not. It's probably too thin. But I do like the color, and it's so soft. So maybe for a future project. Have you ever used burlap blanket? Has anybody used burlap super fluffy? Or the fluffy even? I don't know how it works up. So let me know if you've used it, because I think I'd like to try it. Is it worth it? So then, of course, I got to look at the Sweet Snuggles light and that purple. I do love that purple, but I have purple. I don't need purple. Sweet Snuggles heavy, however. Would that work for a dragon? I mean, it might. All right, I'm going to grab that because I do love that blue. And then after this, I spotted the red too, so I did grab the red. That red is bright on the floor there. You could see it. And then this Karen slice of anniversary cake says it's a 6. So just for, fun and to see what happens, I decided to grab that too. Of course, in purple. I've been into purple a lot lately. So here is the Grande Ombre. I have been dying to try this yarn. The colors are so pretty, and I love how this blue goes from the light to the dark. So I think I'm going to try this because it might work up to make a nice dragon. So in the cart it goes. And then there's this big twist fluffy. I've been wanting to use that too, but I don't know what will happen because it says it's a 7. And I need a 6 for this pattern. But it's so soft, I couldn't pass it up. So I grabbed this orangey kind of like an orangey color. Thought that might make a cool dragon. So that's that. That's our haul.
It's haul time. Let me show you what I got. Okay, so I love this red. I don't know if this will work because the dragons take size 6 yarn, and this is a 7. But I think if I use a smaller hook, it might work. I don't know. It would just make a really fluffy dragon. Sweet Snuggles heavy as opposed to light. And what is this color? Red. Just red. And then I also got the blue because I do love this blue. I'm a sucker for a good, bright blue. And this one is Sweet Snuggles heavy in surprise blue. Then, I love this color. I've never seen this color in my Michaels, so of course I grabbed it. It's the Demi Pearl, which I love, and I'm spoiler alert, I already know this makes a nice dragon, but I'll, do it anyway. And this one is Pink Lemonade, Demi Pearl. Then I also got the new, and I'm so excited to use this because this is a 6, super bulky, Grande Ombre. And this color is Naval Academy. And I love it because, let's see if I can do the magic trick here. I can. I love it because it goes from very light blue to very dark blue, which I think would be so cool. Then I also, just for what's and giggles, I grabbed this Karen Cakes. Now, this says it's a 6, but it is on the thinner side for a 6. I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what happens. I might have to double it. I'm not sure. But this one is in crocus, which is very fitting for this time of year because my crocuses are peeking up. And then finally, now I was very excited to see these, and I've been dying to use them for something. Big Twist. Oh, Joann's, I miss you. Big Twist Fluff. And this one says it's a 7, but this is going to work up like a 6. I know it is. And this one is in the color Canyon Sunset. Very pretty. I love how, I love the texture of it. It's very soft. And I love the colors, the mix of the light and the dark in the yarn. It's so pretty. So let's get into it and see how they work up. Okay, first up is the Sweet Snuggles Heavy in red. Let's see. See if I can do the magic trick on this one. Haha. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. I did it. Oh, the little things make you so happy. Okay, so I've got my iPad with the pattern here. I've got my Not a Bag of Teeth full of my crochet hooks because I might have to switch sizes. I'm going to use the Clover 5, and let's see what happens because 5 is what you're supposed to use. I might have to go up, and I can't find my 5.5. So I might have, anyway, let's just try it and see what happens. Okay, doing my magic circle, and let's see how this works up. All right, 1, 2, yeah, I'm gonna have to go up. This is pretty. Can't talk and count at the same time. Let's see. One more. Okay. I made the ring too tight. Try this again. Then I'll probably have to go up, I think. Because sometimes what happens is if you're using a hook that's too small for the yarn, like really too small, like in amigurumi, we always usually go 1 to 2 sizes smaller than the recommended. This recommended is a size 11.5 millimeter US P size hook, which is enormous. And of course this is a 5. But what happens is sometimes if the hook is too small for the yarn, your hands will start to kill. And that's how you know, like, ooh, I need to switch. So let's just try this again and see. 1, 2, 3, 5. All right, see if I can pull this closed. I don't know. I can. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, next, continue with the pattern. I'll fast forward this so you don't have to live through the whole thing. Okay, so already my hand is starting to hurt. So I know I'm gonna have to go up Let me grab another size hook. But this is going to turn out to be a huge dragon, which totally okay with. That would be totally fine. I don't mind doing that at all. All right, I have my trusty size 6 furls hook. We're going to try it with this. This is the old wooden line that I've got years and years ago. I've been a fan of furls forever. I do have an affiliate link for furls in the description below. So check that out. And if you want to see, especially their new Odyssey, I cannot wait to get the new redesigned Odyssey. It looks the same, but I know it's different materials, and supposedly it's better. So I can't wait to get those. So let's see how this works up. Again, I'll fast forward it so you don't have to watch me slowly crochet. All right, he's going to be huge, but that's okay. The other thing I want to look out for is with the different types of yarns, how big of a hole is it going to have? Because when you stuff it, you don't want to see any holes or any stuffing in between the stitches. This, honestly, it looks pretty good. I don't think that this is going to have an issue with stuffing. There are some holes, but it's not, I don't think they'll be see-through. When we stuff it, we'll find out. But here's his nose. I love the nose on these. Oh my goodness, it's such a fantastic idea. So I'm going to keep going and we will see what happens. All right, he's huge. So I'm going to try putting some eyes in and see what happens. The normal pattern with the size 6 yarn takes 20 millimeter eyes. We'll see. Will 25s cut it? Will I have to go to 30? Let me grab an assortment. I'll be right back. Okay, we've got eyes. So let's see. I have 25s here. These were hand painted. Are they cool? By Beck's Creatures. I love them. Oh, they're so cool. Let me put these in and see what happens. Might be a little small. These are also Beck's Creatures. These are specific dragon pupils. Let's pop this one in and see what happens. Yeah. No. I don't know. What side do you think's better? I don't know. So what's the final verdict on this one? Will it dragon? I'm going to say yes, it will dragon, with some caveats. You will need the right size hook. This is a 6. I think I would try a 5.5, but I can't find my 5.5. It's not in my bag of teeth. So I think it would take a 5.5. I think that would probably be better because there are some, I can put my finger in some of these holes and I'm not liking that. When you stuff it, it might stretch too much. You would also need the right size eyes. So I think if I did a 5.5 and use 25 millimeter eyes, I think it would be perfect. So let's rip it out and check out the rippability. Does it frog? Really? Wow. This frog's great. All right then. And it's not leaving too many. I mean, I have a little bit of fuzzies, but it's not too bad. So, will loops and threads, Sweet Snuggles heavy, dragon? It will. What's the next one? Okay, here we have the next one. The Grande Ombre. I can't tell you how soft this yarn is. It is so soft. It really, I mean, even like sometimes when you have, when it's dyed, like an ombre pattern, the different dyes might create a little bit of a different texture. It really doesn't have that. It's all uniform. It's all the same. Michael's did a good job on this one, I gotta tell you. So let's get started and see, does it dragon? Just pausing to say, you'd think I'd have this pattern memorized by now. Old brain? Any brain? Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, so I'll show you the difference. I love this yarn. Oh, I can't even tell you. It really works up great. I think, and I'm going to grab, I have some Bernat blanket, which is what I usually use for them. And I'm just going to compare it to the two. And I think, honestly, that this Grande Ombre is a little bit thinner. I really do. It doesn't feel as full. The strands don't feel like they have a lot of fuzz on them. Do you know what I mean? Like it just feels a little thinner. But that's not a bad thing. So I think the dragon is working up a little smaller than the other ones that I usually use when I use Bernat blanket or Bernat baby blanket. It's just a slight little bit smaller. So going up a hook size might be a good idea, but I think that there would be too many holes. But look at the stiff stitch definition. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And it's just working up so beautifully. So let's get some eyes and see if the regular 20 millimeter eyes will work. I think they will. I mean, I don't see them not working. And honestly, I really would want to just continue with this dragon. But let's get some eyes. I'll pop them in and make sure that we can still use the same size eyes and go from there. Okay, I have the eyes. I always like using opposite colors. These eyes, I don't know if you can see the shift from purple to blue? These are another one of Beck's Creatures hand-painted eyes. They're just so beautiful. And I think that these are really gonna pop. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be so cool. Put it up higher. Yeah. Isn't that cool? I almost don't want to stop this dragon. I really don't. But I have to because we have more yarn to do. Let's just take a couple stitches out, make sure that it rivets. Frogs. Ready? Beautiful. So, the verdict on this one, will it dragon? 100% yes, 1000% yes, this will dragon. And I am very excited because there are several more of these colors with this ombre, and they are just going to make the most beautiful dragons. I can't wait. Hey, next up, big twist. Big twist fluff. Let's see how this one goes. Let's see if I can do the magic trick. I don't know. I did it. Look at that. That was a good one. Good one. All right. Got my not a bag of teeth. We're ready to go. Move you out of the way. Okay. Let's see what happens. I'm going to start, and I'll fast forward like usual so that you don't have to watch the whole thing. Okay, this yarn is slippery. It's very slippery. I mean, it's not a bad thing. You just have to be very careful because it can slip out. My hook was slipping quite a few times. The stitches were slipping. It's very easy to pull apart. It is leaving some fuzzies. You can, like, even if I do this, some might come out. It's not too bad. It's not like a velvet or any other kind of chenille. It is like a blanket type yarn, I would call it. But it does look cool. It looks really cool. Like the texture's cool. It's just a lot of fun. To compare it to the blue one, yeah, they're coming out. It's coming out the same size. So maybe a little smaller, maybe. But I was right in my assumption that it is working up more like a 6 than a 7, which is what it listed as. Here's the other thing to consider. There are 109 yards in one ball versus the Bernat, which has 220 yards. One dragon takes almost a whole skein of yarn. So you are going to use more of these. Good thing I got 2. Because I think I might use 2, maybe some change on this one. That's okay. That's okay. It still gives me some different textures and yarn to work with. It's definitely a different feel. It's a lot softer. I mean, it's just like, you just want to rub it. Let's see if, I'm just going to use the same eyes that I used last time. Just pop it in and see. That actually looks good with the purple eyes. So yeah, I'd say, will this dragon? Yes, with some caveats. It is slippery. Probably not a good idea for beginners because it is so slippery, and it's hard to see your stitches a lot more than this, which, I mean, the stiff definition on the Grande Ombre is off the charts. This is a lot harder to see, and you will have to feel for the stitches. They're pretty easy to see too on the Sweet Snuggles Heavy. I mean, this is easy to see. This is a lot harder, and it's just because of the way the yarn is put together with these little fuzzies, but it does make a cute little dragon. So, beginner friendly? Maybe not. You might have some challenges. Will it dragon? 100%. Next one. Okay, here's the wild card. Karen's Slice of Anniversary Cake. Says it's a 6. I don't know. It's pretty thin. So let's see what happens. I'm going to start with the 5. And then I might have to go up to the 6 because I don't have the 5.5. It's probably in the couch cushions somewhere. And I'm going to check it and see, and then go up if I have to. But let's see. So I'm going to try it. And then if it's too small, we'll go up. The other thing with this is that it's not tightly wound. It is a looser, like you can already see, here's one spot where it's kind of coming apart because it looks like it's 2-ply. So it's kind of coming apart there. You can see it. So that's going to be another thing to consider. Is my hook going to get stuck? So let's just, and It already got stuck. It already separated it. So let's just go. Let me count and we'll see where we end up. Okay. I'm going to have to start again because doing it with a single loop magic circle, it's already loosening in the middle. So I'm going to do the double loop magic circle and start again. Good news is it frogs easy. Okay, I'm going to stop here. This one was just for fun anyway, right? Okay, so yeah, this oh, this was a wild card, that's for sure. Okay, let's see. Now, I can't even get it to form right. So it is slippery, very slippery. And it's not quite making the shape, even though the stitches are correct. So I'll show you. For example, you can see that's not a good, where's the blue one? The nose on this, you can really see his nose right there. Those are his nostrils. And you can really see how it's shaped. It's pushed out, the nose, and it's just shaped beautifully. This one, oh, he's having a hard time. It's because the yarn is stiffer than a blanket yarn, so it's not quite making the shape it needs. And the stitches aren't, they have some holes. You probably see I don't know if you can see the hole through there. Probably not, but yeah, it's holy. It's a holy. It's been blessed by the Pope. Anyway, so that's that. This will, Karen, slice of anniversary cake. Will it dragon? The answer is definitively no, it will not dragon. Hug dragon anyway. I will find a use for it, I'm sure, because it's fun. It's just it would probably make a fantastic hat, which I can totally do. It is 100% acrylic. There are, how many yards are in this? There's a lot of yards in this. It's 285 yards for this big boy. It does say, let's see, 8mm hook. So, yeah. And it will not dragon, unfortunately. Oh well, we tried. Okay, here's my results. Will it dragon? I am going to go with the worst, or the, not, let's just say not worst, but less favorable to most favorable. Karen slice of anniversary cakes. Will it dragon? No, it will not dragon. It's a nice yarn, don't get me wrong. It's so soft. It's going to make the most wonderful, comfortable hat or scarf, something like that, but it is not meant for making a hug dragon with. Sculpturally, it doesn't work. It's really more like works up more like a 5 than a 6, though I can see why they said it was a 6 because of the 2 strands. It is 2-ply, so you would probably need a bigger hook or else it might fall apart. You might get it stuck in between those 2 plies. Lovely yarn, but it will not dragon. Next, we have the Sweet Snuggles Heavy. Will it dragon? Yes, it will dragon. However, it's going to be a huge dragon, which for someone like my husband who's 6'5", perfect. It'll fit him great. It will require more yarn, I would imagine. This is bigger. You're probably going to need 2, maybe definitely 2, but maybe even 3 of these to make a dragon. It's already pretty like thinned out, and I've only made the head. So it's also going to take a bigger hook. A 6 is fine. I might try it again later with the 5.5 when I can find it, probably in the couch cushions, and then try it with that. You will have to use bigger eyes than the pattern calls for. So with those things in mind, will it dragon? Yeah, it'll dragon, definitely. But there might be some changes you need to make to the pattern. Next, Big Twist Fluff. Will it dragon? 100% it will dragon. However, it is slippery and you cannot see the stitches. The stitch definition is just really tough. So if you're a beginner, it might not be the best yarn to work with. Also, the skeins are smaller, so you're going to need a couple of these. Definitely, I would say probably 3 to make a dragon. So keep that in mind when you go shopping. Make sure you get enough for it. It does give me more options because the colors are so much fun. It's a beautiful texture. It's so soft, and it's just going to give you the best hug. It will use the same size eyes, so you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to change that. Same size hook, don't have to change that. Just keep in mind, it might not be the best to make a hug dragon with for a beginner crocheter. Something to keep in mind. But it really is nice yarn. So there we go. And last but not least, oh, Grande Ombre. I love this yarn. I cannot say enough how much I love this yarn. It is so soft. The colors are gorgeous. And it just gives the most beautiful stitch definition. And I mean, look at it, stands up. I mean, look at how wonderful and sculptural that is. It really comes out great. You can use the same size hook as the pattern calls for, same size eyes, the 20 millimeter eyes that the pattern calls for. You really don't have to make any changes. You can see your stitches. You know, I gotta tell you, burlap blankets always been my favorite, and baby blankets always been my favorite to make these hug dragons, but this might be taking the lead, especially since the ombre is so gorgeous. Like, I just imagine this for the head and then the darker as I get to the tail. I could even use this for the wings and, you know, this to slightly darker for the tail, depending on how it works up. I might just let it go and see what happens. I mean, it's just very exciting, and it gives me a lot more colors and colorways to work with for these dragons. Oh, I love this yarn so much. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this first episode of Will It Dragon, Hug Dragon Edition. I do have more episodes planned, more shopping trips, more yarn reviews. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, share. Let me know what dragons you want to see next. I have planned some hand puppet dragons, some sculptural dragons, and even some dragon wings coming up. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. What's your favorite type of yarn to use? Have you ever made a hug dragon? Patterns available down in the comments. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful, magical day and continue to love your dragons, just like I do.